So now for the charms. Basically, you can put anything on these hoops, whether it's made of metal, clay, little figurines with little hooks at the top, pearls, beads, anything that has a hole or a little hook you can just fiddle onto the hoop and it's gonna dangle down. I really like putting on geometrical shapes made of brass sheet. So here, for example, I've got a little square that is hammered to have a bit of texture. Here I have a little moon, which is cut out with a disc cutter, a little dish, half round, that catches the light really nicely. And here is a piece of twisted. I really like these because these dangle really nicely and reflect the light. So I want to show how to make some of these. Additional tools I'm going to be using is a dapping block set, which consists of the dapping block and the rounded punches. This is to dome metal shapes. So I'm going to be using that for the little dish charms. And to cut them out, we need circles. So you can either cut them out with a round shears by drawing onto the metal first and then cutting around the edge, or you can saw it with a piercing saw, or you can use a disc cutter, which is a piece of steel with punches in the correct diameter for a hole, and it's very sharp edges and you can cut circles out by punching through them and hammering onto the punches. This is gonna then push out the metal that you slide in between, and the circle is gonna fall out at the bottom. What you're gonna need for this is a piece of metal sheet. I'm using brass. It's quite thin, it's 0.5 millimeters, just because it's easier to cut. It's thick enough to have the right structure. I'm using shears. Here are straight shears and rounded shears. And for the holes, I'm using a metal hole punch. This one has 1 millimeter diameter in the hole that it's going to punch, which works really nicely to fiddle it over the hook onto the hoop. For more intricate shapes, it's also possible to saw out elements, although I'm not going to do this today, and I recommend highly Kim's from Make It With Kim videos of the 12 months of metal, where she explains really well what to look out for in a saw and how to use it. But today we're going to use shears instead. So to make these square charms that have a little bit of texture, you're going to use your straight shears and cut out 2 squares in the sides you want. These are going to have really sharp edges, so I'm going to use some sandpaper. Just go along the edges and the corners to make them a little bit round, not too much, just to take the sharpness off them. Next I'm going to place my little square on the steel block and take my bell hammer and use the round end to make little dents all over. So you can see the one corner I've done already is getting the little dents, and I'm going to make the dents all over now. Pressure of the hammering is going to make the square slightly dished, so the sides will come up ever so slightly. If you don't like this, you can use your mallet and hammer it flat. I quite like having a little bit of roundness in it, so I'm going to keep it like this. Next, we want the hole in, so I'm going to use my hole punch, and you can either do it on one of the long sides in the middle if you want the square to hang down this way, or if you want it to hang down as in the example I showed, you go into one corner, leave enough distance from the sides, and punch in a hole. And there you go. First one is ready to be put on the hoop. For the next 2 charms, it's going to be useful to have a disc cutter. This is for these little dish-shaped charms and also for the moon charms. I want quite a substantial size for my moons and for my little dishes, so I'm going to go with a 16mm hole and the fitting punch. And I slide my metal into the punch. I can see from the top where it's covered fully by the circle. You want to leave a bit of space around, because if there is not enough space and you punch through and the sides get slightly dented in, the metal is likely to get stuck in the puncher or in the steel punch, which is a bit of a pain to get out. So make sure you leave about 1 millimeter at least around the circle that you're punching out, so that you can pull out the metal sheet well. Place in the puncher, you can wax it or put some lube in it, which makes it go through easier. And then you take your hammer, and ideally with one swift hammer or multiple small ones, you hammer through. Right, I can feel now that I've gotten through, and on the other end is my little circle, my little disc. I do 3 more of those because I want 2 moons and 2 dishes, and then we're going to continue. Now for the moons, you can either cut the full circle and then with the shears cut a moon shape, or it is a little bit easier. If you feed the metal through, you can see where the overlap is. And if I make this overlap in this circle, a moon shape, and then hammer through it, what comes out at the bottom is going to be the perfect moon. So if I do that, if I lay it so that it overlaps as much as I want it to form a nice moon, put this here, through it, And at the other end, I'm getting a moon. And another moon. Now I'm going to make the last circle. If this happens, metal is slightly stuck. Just continue hammering till it falls out. And if your punch gets ever stuck in the hole, it's worth trying hammering both sides for a little bit until it loosens slightly, because it's getting at an angle with the sheet, which moves slightly once you punch it through and then move it. So you want to almost widen it a little bit more, and this can be done by hammering both sides. And eventually, you're going to be able to pull it out. Now both the discs and the moons are going to have quite sharp edges. So again, you want to take some sandpaper, fairly fine. I'm using a 100 and just file around the edges. Test with your finger whether it's fine enough. If not, keep going for a little bit. And do the same with the moon, which is going to have really sharp corners. So you want to round them ever so slightly. And once you've done that, you can either make holes in them straight away or also hammer them with a bell hammer, texture them, and then use them. I'm going to punch a hole into the moon straight away. And that's ready to go on the hoop. For my discs, I've got another plan though, because I would like them to be dishes. So to make the little dishes, we're going to need a doming block and several doming punches. We want it to be a certain size dish in the end, but to get there, it's not really advised to go into the smallest fitting dish and just hammer it down. The issue is that it might fold over, so we slowly want to get it into the right shape rather than punching it into the final shape straight away. So what we do is we start actually with the biggest dish and with the biggest doming punch we have. You can see hardly anything happened, but it's starting to go in the right direction. So next I'm going to use slightly smaller, and it's getting there more. This might be enough for you, so you might want to punch the hole in now and then use it, or if you want to go smaller. This doesn't fit my punch, so I'm going to go a few numbers smaller. Still doesn't fit. This is better. You want at least, obviously, the thickness of the metal around this punch when you put it in, because otherwise there's not going to be any space for the metal to go. It can be slightly smaller as well, not too small though, because otherwise you're just going to dent the metal rather than shape it into the full shape. It's getting there. I'm going to go one size smaller, and there we go. This is going to get a hole now with the hole punch, and it's done. One last design is a twirl, for which you want to cut a long piece of sheet. Again, sand the sides and the corners to have them less sharp. Test with your fingers whether better. If still sharp corners, file a bit more. Be careful though when you test it, because you might just cut yourself if it's really sharp. So do sand it first before you do the first step. And this might take quite a while. Next, you want to take 2 pliers and grab the sheet, both ends, and then twist it. Punch a hole, and it's done. I'm just putting in the hoops with the little dishes, so you can see they move really nicely, catch the nice light really nicely. To do that though, you want to polish them as well, because as they've been hammered and worked, they might have some pieces of dirt on it. So there are several ways to do that. Either you use very, very fine sandpaper and go ahead and polish that. If it's not fine enough, it will leave scratches. So next you can go and use some Brusso and polish that further. It's a lot of elbow grease, so don't give up too soon. It will be shiny in the end. And then lastly, you can take an old bedsheet, some cotton, and give it a last little rub with that. And you'll see it's going to get really shiny. To keep the shine, you can put some Renaissance wax on it. Again, polish it in. This stops the brass from tarnishing. So if you have a higher value metal, it tarnishes quite slowly. Other metals tarnish a bit quicker. So for brass, a very thin layer of Renaissance wax is going to keep the oxidation from happening. There are also polishing pads, which I'm quite a big fan of, because it does all the things before in one go, except for the Renaissance wax. So you have these little pads, they're available in bigger as well. And you just take your dish polish, and you can see straight away what's coming off it already. And it's going to leave your charms nice and shiny. So thank you so much for joining me for this tutorial. I hope you're going to enjoy your simple charm hoops and the charms you're going to make. Again, you can be as creative as you want to be with what you want to put on your hoops. It's a nice, simple task which doesn't involve fire, soldering, all these things. It's just bending and hammering, which I think is a really nice way of getting to know metal and getting to shape it and coming out with beautiful jewellery in the end. So have a go, let me know how it goes. Do visit me on my social media, and yeah, I can't wait to see what you're going to make.